All right, we have another entry to our alumni spotlights. Vatsav, please introduce yourself.
Yep. Hey everyone, I'm Vatsav. I just graduated from the University of Arizona last year, so that's December of I think 2023, or is it? Yeah, 23. I right after graduating, I started working for Apple in Cupertino in the like I guess headquarters of Apple. I work as a quality engineer for software within the audio and media technologies department. Um, well, I forgot my hometown. Yeah, I'm from India, the city called Pune, but I guess I also consider Arizona, Tucson, my hometown as well for like in a way. And yeah, I think that's it. Something interesting a lot of people might not know about me, is that I was a professional tennis player for like 5 years. Recently just started playing tennis again, so just getting back into the groove, like hoping to pick up from where I left off.
So you're a professional tennis player. Where were you playing out of? Was it out of India? Was it when you were here in the States?
Yeah, it was when I was in India, when I was in like middle/high school. I had to stop after coming here because well, I stopped in the last year of high school because of an injury. I just never picked it back up in college.
I got you. Wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive. So anybody who would ever challenge Vatsav to a tennis match may be in for a surprise.
Well, yeah, hopefully soon once I get back in form. But
There you go. So you were originally from India, and now I think you consider Tucson as part of your home. Why did you decide to come to Tucson? Why did you decide to come to the University of Arizona when you had so many options across the globe?
for sure. I think one of the biggest reasons I came to the University of Arizona was because of the generous scholarship that they offered me. I think everything considered, it was basically like a full ride. And considering that and like some of the re professors and the research opportunities in the University of Arizona really enticed me. Um, and I got very lucky in that I ended up working for one of the professors I was looking at before I started college. So yeah, that was very that was some of the reasons why I decided to join the U of A.
That's great, and I'm glad that that opportunity was afforded to you and that you were able to take advantage of it. Why specifically did you pick computer science as your major?
Yeah, so fun fact, I actually joined the University of Arizona as a chemistry major um, because I had a really good teacher in high school and I thought I was pretty good at chemistry. And just before joining, I think the last 6 months of high school or so, me and my friends started working on like a coding pro or like a started making a game in our computer lab. We kind of skipped class and did that a little bit, but uh, ended up having so much fun that I was like, maybe this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I decided to change last minute. I think I changed like maybe 3 or 4 months before I joined the U of A. And yeah, I'm very glad I did that.
Yes, it's definitely worked out for you, which is
hmm
great to see. And it's great that you were able to find that passion in that field, and that it came as a result of like some extra, sort of like extracurricular, it sounds like activities, which is fun.
Yeah, pretty much. It was just like a way to entertain ourselves in high school. Yeah.
That's cool. So you came here, you had a great time. You've been involved in so many things while you were at the department. What did you enjoy most about your experience here at the U of A in computer science?
Yeah, well, I think I'm a bit biased, but I think my favorite part of my entire college experience was being a TA in the department. Um, I honestly just joined it because during COVID, I was like, maybe I should do something to like improve my, I guess, communication skills, teaching skills, and also learn how to engage more with the subject matter that I'm dealing with, like computer science. And I thought becoming a TA would be like the perfect opportunity to do that. And I'm very thankful to Russ for taking me in the first year during COVID. Yeah, definitely one of the best parts of my college life because I learned so much, and I was also able to meet a lot of my friends through the TA program. Yeah,
That's great. There's a great sense of camaraderie and feeling of community within TA groups. So it's wonderful that you had a great experience and that you were able to forge those connections.
for sure.
You mentioned Russ. Was there faculty members, maybe Russ included, that were in CS that had a positive impact on you, and how did they?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely all of the professors had a positive impact on me, but I think Russ was probably the most impactful. He was the first professor I ever had in the U of A. He was my first class in the U of A, actually. I still remember the 8 a.m. class on Monday. Uh, and I walked in, I saw Russ, and I was like, wow, I'm really here, huh? Uh, yeah, and ever since then, just his like, I guess, passion for teaching and just like, um, I guess how helpful he was in my college experience. Like I remember his office hours, and I was a very reserved student, I guess, when I was starting out. Very shy, not really outgoing. I was very scared of talking to my professors because I was in, well, completely different country, right? Um, and I guess Russ was the one who sort of started to take me out of my shell. Um, like I mentioned, he was also the first professor I worked under as a TA, and also the professor I worked for the longest time under. I was a TA for 120 for a year, and 252 as well, that he taught. Yeah, definitely a lot of good memories. Yeah,
It's great to have it. It's wonderful to have a faculty member that can have such a positive impact and long lasting. So that's
definitely.
great.
Yeah.
So now that you're working for Apple, tell us what do you do there? What's your position? I know you mentioned quality engineer. Well, how did you get there? How did you get to be a quality engineer, and why is that particular role important and needed in the industry?
Yeah, for sure. So my role particularly is testing audio policies on all of the devices that Apple has. Um, I started off working on only watchOS, but now recently I've been moved to every single platform on in the Apple ecosystem. Um, Basically testing stuff like volume scenarios, routing, Bluetooth, stuff like that. Um, Basically what I say is like my job is just to try to break stuff from a software perspective, not like physically. But yeah, just try to break stuff, just try to do like a bunch of wacky stuff that some users might do to try and test our platforms to the limit. Um, I guess that's probably a good reason as to why that role exists, is because there's a lot of users who use Apple products for many different professional use cases, if not like their own personal use cases. And we want to make sure that um, we can support whatever use cases they require our products for. Um, as to how I got into this, I actually had the opportunity to intern for Apple during my college or during my senior year in college. And I think that was like a stepping stone into quality engineering. I had applied for Apple as like a joke in my freshman year. I wasn't really expecting anything from it. And they reached out to me like towards my senior year or something, and asking if I was interested in an internship. And yeah, I was like, yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's to have an internship to make it be like a stepping stone into career is a um, great experience, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah.
and so, what advice would you give to a student who's looking to get a position at Apple, possibly one to be a quality engineer?
Yeah, for sure. I would say definitely for whatever it is, apply early. Reach out to as many people as you know who are in the field that you want to work for, preferably even the company that you want to work for, because they would most likely have a lot of useful information that could help you throughout the interview process. Um, just, I guess, stay curious. Don't ever think that something is out of reach for you. I probably would have never imagined working here in my life. It was always like oh yeah, of course. It was always like a joke that I would work for a big tech company, but I'm here now, so yeah.
There you go. I like that. What advice would you give a student who's thinking about computer science as a major, who's looking to get started at computer science?
Yeah, for sure. I would say definitely apply if you are passionate about computer science, if you enjoy doing it, not just because of like material value behind a computer science degree. Um, I think there's a lot of value in people who are passionate and willing to explore different projects, different like niches within computer science. Um, Try to solve like problems that you're facing in your daily life with computer science. That's definitely one way you can get engrossed or like infatuated with computer science and helps you, I guess, appreciate it more. And also is very helpful to put on your resume because it could be a good conversation point with anyone you meet.
Yeah, and computer science principles and thinking are so applicable to so many fields. It seems like it would make you very marketable for lots of positions and lots of areas.
Definitely, yeah.
That's great. Great advice. What advice would you give a student who's currently going through the computer science program at the U of A? Something that you just recently completed.
Yeah, for sure. I think my biggest piece of advice would be to use all the resources that you have available in the department. For example, reach out to your professors to maybe see if they'd be interested in including you in their research. Um, that's how that's how I got my position as a research assistant in the U of A. I just emailed the professor I was interested in, like the person who was doing the most interesting work, in my opinion, for in computer science. Every semester, there's also, towards the end, there's applications for teaching assistant positions. If you have any interest in improving your communication skills, improving your, I guess, engagement with the material, improving your relationship with your professors, like I don't know how many more reasons I can list off, but definitely try to apply to be a TA. There's also a lot of cool opportunities within the department, like the Mentor Buddy program. I believe there's also a bunch of clubs. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think women in computer science, stuff like that. There's also like clubs that are outside the department, but still within the U of A, like Autonomous Vehicles Club and stuff like that. Definitely reach out, use your expertise, or I guess more like expand your expertise by reaching out to these clubs and learning as much as you can in your time here.
Use the opportunity to continuously grow, it sounds like.
Yes,
Great.
definitely.
Great advice. Definitely advice that we try to stress to our current students for sure.
Mhm.
And I'm glad that it sounds like you had a great experience here at the U of A. It sounds like you're having a great experience at Apple.
Yeah,
Thank you for taking the time to do this spotlight, Vatsav, and I wish you well.
thank you so much. Yeah, it was nice to meet you. Yeah.